Welcome to the channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you collective and live donation readings. I hope everybody is well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section or the chat, and let me know if the reading resonates with you. All right, so we're about to begin. Oh, I gotta share with my people. Hold on. If you hear tappy tap tap, that's me sharing. I am sharing with my people. Party people. Let me share one more time. One more again. All right. So again, welcome. Thank you for coming. All right, we're about to get started. Oh, make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on and you don't miss a beat, okay? Don't miss a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Oh, I got one more. I got one more. I forgot about her. I just met her. She Christelle. Yeah. Hey, Carmen. What you doing, girl? And how are you? I got a new deck coming tomorrow morning. I'm so hyped. I am so hyped. I'm going to get it tomorrow. Found it at my sister's house. Thanks to another young lady named Chriselle who helped me. I mean, well, she didn't help me, but she helped me. She picked that deck up. I was like, that's a deck? So, yeah. So, tonight's message is sometimes you are seeking you and people. And how does that work out? We're going to talk about it. Because seeking you and people, that be the challenge, y'all. That be the challenge. That be the challenge. What's up, Bite? Murder came to town. Yeah, I was just watching Rachel Maddow. Oh my God. Like I come up to the table, but I had to turn that off. Like that was crazy. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, she just broadcasting what news is, but it's just like, oh my God, it just feels like I know it's real, but it's so bad. It's like a fictional horror, sci-fi, murder mystery, wartime. It's just so much. True crime, yeah. We living in true crime right now. Bike Carmen said, "What's up?" We living in true crime right now. It's crazy. All right, so we getting cracking now. Listen, you know, to the point of the downloaded message, I pulled that card randomly today while I had my hands on the deck, but it wasn't my deck. And I realize I do look for me and others, right? But I'm starting to pull back from expecting me from others. You know what I'm saying? Um, my daughter received a letter today from one of her best friends. And this is the best friend she's known since she was little. And I didn't read the letter. It's not my letter to read, but she gave me a synopsis. She said basically she appreciates knowing me and creating memories with me, and she looks forward to creating more. And I thought, wow. So I know it was more than that because it was a longer page of letter, but I realized I'm a writer, right? I'm a Gemini, so I write how I feel. And if you ever get a letter from me and I write how I feel, I must love you, okay? Because I don't waste my pen on just anybody. Not everybody receives it that way, but I'm telling you, like, if I do that for you, you mean something to me significant. And I've had things that I've written and people, oh, that's nice. And they just put it down. They didn't really care. And it's okay. But now that I'm older too, I also realized I too would appreciate the written letter. Um, Authentic written word. So that was and I've realized that's a love language, right? Sometimes for some people, like myself, that's a part of my love languages. I have more than one. And I think when we look for others and ourselves, or I should say, we look for ourselves and others, let me clarify that. We are looking to receive our love languages. Like when we give, we are looking to receive, even if that's not the goal to get, but reciprocal relationships are the healthiest. So if I give you something, even if I don't get it back directly from you or the same exact thing, it's something I'm anticipating that either it made you smile or you really care about what I said or something like that. You know what I mean? That's reciprocity. You hug me or you show me some sort of reciprocity. And then there's times when we reflect and we realize, oh my God, I've been pouring my heart out and they didn't really care. Take out resonate, y'all. Hey, what's up, sis? You going on back on in a little while? Just saw that you were on a couple hours ago when I opened up my app. Reciprocity, girl, I know. Let me know if you're going back on and I'll pop in on mine when I get off. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. What they need to know, what I need to be aware of. All right. Take care. Enemies are working against you. That's previous energy. Oh, you moderated for Veronica. Okay, I'll look for her too. If she's still on by the time I get off. Thank you for letting me know. Tell me more, Spirit. What's this say? A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Okay. I know we be missing each other. But, it's all love and we support each other. I'm glad you could pop on in. I appreciate you. Tell me more, Spirit. What time's she going on? Or if she's on already. Indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Okay, hold on now. Hold on. Tell me more, Spirit. The challenge and lesson, getting back to basics. Oh, okay. Tell me more, Spirit. I'm seeing something here. I'm seeing it. I feel you, Spirit. Oh, I don't know. I'm not. Someone working against you behind your back. All right, listen. This is not the energy I'm signing up for tonight, Spirit. Tell me what's really good. Obstacles to overcome. Jesus. All right, listen. Okay. Somebody here got somebody willing to undermine them or has undermined them in the past, right? Because it says enemies are working against you. You have somebody very close to you still willing to undermine you, still willing to steal your light, your shine, your essence. They some people are hardwired that way. Meaning you can hope and wish that, you show them love and they'll show it back, but that don't mean they can. That don't mean, and I told y'all about that, the person with no arms situation, right? I'm not going to keep going back into that, but you get it, right? Some people are not equipped. Some people are also very much miserable, and they want to see you miserable because they're miserable. This is the energy I'm picking up on. And this may be a long journey for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because they know your vulnerabilities, Carmen. That's why it's harder, because these people you don't expect, because you have that long relationship. And this says long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. This is somebody currently learning from their situation. But in the hidden energy, they've been indecisive and allowing life to ramble. So when you trust people who are untrustworthy, right? or enemies working behind you. So that means 9 times out of 10 they manipulate, they do things for you to not make good decisions. It's kind of like you're leaving life in their hands, right? Especially if they're close to you. You might leave your life in their hands in ways that you trust. Like, this is like somebody who um gives you a ride every day, and then all of a sudden they pull a stunt and disappear. They argue with you, they carry on, and now you can't get the ride. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because your life was in their hands in some way because you trusted them. Right. What's up, Chrissy Chris? Hi, Jojaku, if that's right. And then we got get back to basics. So, the challenge of the lesson is to, I feel, be more independent of these people or person or whomever is in your life undermining you, because someone working against you and behind your back. Rat is here. I don't know if y'all saw that. Well, Rat. This is a collective reading until we do live donation readings. If the moderator puts that in there, you'll know what to do. Okay, Jojaku? So we are doing a collective at the moment. Oh, yay! Congratulations, Chrissy. You guys on your way. That's what's up. Yay! And so this is an obstacle to overcome, right? It's not that whoever is in this rat energy is going to end your life. They don't have to. None of that is permanent, right? Nothing is permanent, to be honest with you. This is for you to become wiser in the end, right? Learn who you're dealing with. No, I don't do free for newcomers. That's not this channel. I do free for active subscribers. You have to have been here for a while. Newcomers can come and go and disappear and take my energy. But if you are an active subscriber and you comment and we know who you are, when that active subscriber time comes in, you in there. But no, not for newcomers. I don't do that. But thank you for asking. Okay, bat. So this person, somebody's working against. Tell me more. Uh-oh. Yeah, forces. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what y'all got going on, that somebody is working against you, or at least they have been in the past. Like, this is somebody. This is not, like, new. Because with Long Journey here, it's been coming on. It's been going on for a while. This ain't nothing new. This person been on some, you know what, oh my God. Like, I can't, sometimes I can give y'all scenarios, but I don't operate in that energy of trying to hurt somebody. So it's weird to me. Like, if spirit gives me a scenario, I'll give it to you. But sometimes I got a mental block because who, I don't walk around. That's why can't project. I personally don't walk around trying to harm people, but there are so many people that do that. Okay, there are so many people that are very close to you. They could be your blood relatives, and they will sabotage the F out of your life because they can, because you allow it, because you don't stop it, you don't enact your boundaries. Okay, so I feel like today is going on to that boundaries. You know, everybody is not about the business of growth and development, or even um generational curses. Some people fall victim to that and become that. That's, they mama mistreated them, so now they mistreat others. Things like that, right? And so, you could be the one who is the recipient of the grandmother mistreated the mom. Now they're mistreating you, and spirit is like, okay, but you can make a choice now. You can either fall in and do what that is, or you can break that curse. You can stop with your boundaries. Now, let me explain these boundaries. These boundaries ain't about that person. A lot of times people like that are looking to when they looking to do harm, they don't have boundaries. So what they'll do is they'll take your stuff. You know what I'm saying? They'll take liberties with you that no one else could probably take from you. They will put demands on you. They will emotionally manipulate you. They will treat you different from a sibling or a cousin or or a child, whatever. They'll treat you different to harm you. This one girl I had a reading a couple years ago now. She was saying how um, somebody she was dating would choose somebody that, like, no, he chose her daughter. He would dote over her daughter like she was the best thing ever. Now this wasn't even his child, but he did this, and I said, oh, he doing that on purpose. I told her, I said, he doing that on purpose. And she said, yeah, I've been feeling some kind of way. Like, this not even your child. And the way you acting, it feels a little off. Yeah, I said, because he's not giving it to you and you're dating him, but then he's giving all the attention to her to make you feel away. It's some insidious shit that people do to harm the people close to them. It's weird, right? It is weird. And when people do stuff like that to you, it's like they trying to tear you down from the inside. You know what I'm saying? When people try to make you jealous, want you to come out of your skin or have something to say, and then they could dismiss it like, oh, I think you overthinking this. Oh, that's just a child. Like, they will do things to undermine you, to create an insecurity within you, right? Which is a hope to trigger you in some way. And I feel like this person, this is the obstacle to overcome. So either you're gonna succumb to this, or you're gonna be the generational curse breaker. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if this is your situation and you choose to succumb to it, meaning like society pressuring you into remaining in a toxic situation, or you feel some sort of major obligation to people like this, they will suck the life out of you until you are no more, right? They will never stop taking from you. Okay? They won't. I was listening to damn, his name is Ramon Raymond. Shit, I forgot. Anyway, he was saying, he was like, yeah, people who have like family members who do this to them, like parents and shit like that, if they're able to take from that person, they'll never discard them completely. They'll keep doing this in perpetuity. Like, it's crazy. And I've seen other scenarios, and I heard of other scenarios too. Like, even if, like, let's say they have a break, like there's a relationship break, meaning, I don't know, the child goes off independently, and if for some reason they got to come back to the nest because they need a place to stay or whatever, that parent gonna pick up where they left off, even worse. You know what I'm saying? That parent will pick up where they left off, even worse. And you be kicking yourself because you let time go by thinking everything is better and different. No, this person needs to learn. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. You better leave with that wisdom, because this person is still here, and rat energy will work against you behind your back. This also is the type of person that's sabotaging somebody right now. You know what I mean? Like, either they talking about them to other people, trying to tarnish their name. It's tell me more, spirit. Guaranteed success, yes. So if somebody is working to break the generational curse with star, I'm getting that energy. Success is guaranteed. This is growth, right? This is growth for you. Don't project you onto that person. If you learn your lesson about how this person is trying to quietly or overtly destroy you, you learn that this is not right for me, you're guaranteed success. Why? Because you will overcome the hurdle. Not everybody can do that. Tell me about this wheel allowing your life to flow aimlessly. Chain of events that affect your life. This is a cycle. This is a cycle. And if somebody does not take certain steps If they're not motivated to take certain steps, then they will allow this person to derail their life. So there has to be a choice, and it needs to be in the hidden energy. Why? Because you cannot broadcast you going to make a different decision. You can't do that with these type of people, because every decision you announce, they will derail it. Every decision they will monkey wrench anything that you are attempting to do. Okay, you can't say, you know what? Hey, all right, let me in this message. What's up? You cannot sit there in that energy and let them dictate to you how it's gonna go. I have a friend, y'all. I was working with her doing some parties and stuff, right? And she told me nobody wanted to work with her, but I was just like dismissing it because she's smart and she's a nurse and she's also very talented. And so I thought to myself, wow, what's wrong with these people? I get along with her fine. Then I decided to do a party. No, was it a party? I did more than one party with her. But by the last one, because Spirit said, all right, you did this with her, but go ahead and see what it's like if it's just you and her planning. So I did. I did it. Oh my God, the most unprofessional experience, y'all. It was just too much. And it got to the point where I felt like she's about to trap me. Not on no like hurt me thing, but like, oh, you don't need your husband to pick you up. I got you. I'll take you here. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. So instead of telling her after certain experiences I had, I realized every time I mentioned to her what I was thinking about doing, she had a whole different plan that just didn't feel right for me. So I secretly told him, I said, listen, about this time, we should be done wrapping up so that this party can start. Come and get me. Be ready. And he showed up. She was surprised, but you was not about to hold me back. I had to figure out what her MO was, and it was control. And a lot of people are like that. If they feel like they know what your next move is going to be, oh, they're going to derail you. They're going to make sure they monkey wrench you. They're going to make sure they got an emergency you got to fix so that you can't do what it is you were supposed to do for yourself. They're going to make sure that somebody else has a disruption, or there is some sort of something you got to be involved with that derails your progress. Okay? Tell me more, Spirit. I know you had a good time today, Black Cherry. I hope you did with the family. Tell me more, Spirit. All right. Angel, spiritual guidance and protection from harm. Getting back to basics. So whoever you are experiencing this, I would say bite, you talking about true, right? Maybe Chrissy, right? Y'all have spiritual guidance and protection from harm. That's the challenge and the lesson. So I feel like whoever's in your life with the attempt to destroy you aren't necessarily going to be successful. The only way they can be successful is if you give them success. It's your choice. It's really down to your choice. What did you learn? Where is your wisdom and guidance coming from? What did you learn? Because if you're not learning anything and you allow people like this to keep derailing you, because they derailed you the first time and the 10th time and the 20th time, like at some point in time you realize you got to pull that back. Like you got to have some serious boundaries, and then you got to have some serious endings, right? And it don't always feel comfortable because these people are familiar to you, right? These people could have birthed you. These people could be siblings. They could be aunties, uncles, cousins, people you grown up and known all your life, but they are not healthy for you because they rather undermine you than build you up. They rather do things to you than support you. This is generational curses. And you have to pull it back if you want to have any semblance of sanity. Because that wheel going round and round, and then chain of events that keep happening, like you cannot not see that that's what's going on in your life. Now you take it how it resonate. If it don't resonate, if it ain't your story, I get it. But what I'm saying is this is for somebody, whether you listening to this live now or you hear it later. People like this are all around, and they're like snakes in the grass. You know what I'm saying? There's snakes in the grass, they rats in the grass. They always lurking. They actually feed off of your disappointment. They feed. You ever seen that narcissistic smirk when something bad happens to you and they observe it? They smirk and you catch it. It don't stay on. They be like, "Oh," smile. Like what the fuck was that? As soon as you recognize it, that it's gone. You get what I'm saying? And man, listen. I when so I don't know if y'all remember. This was like, whew, was it 2017? 2017, early 2018, somewhere around there, when Sam's Club started shutting down abruptly, right? They didn't make no announcement. The day they shut down, that was the day they shut down, right? So I lent this woman my card that I work with, and I needed that card because it helped me alternate between BJ's and Sam's Club to fulfill a program. So I gave her my card, and then I said, "Oh, okay, I gotta make a run for the store to the store for the program. I need my card." So she gives me the card. I go all the way to Sam's Club, only for it to be literally people pointing folks to leave, like it's shut down. And when I came back and told her, she smirked. I looked, I said, and she was like, "Oh." Well, she took some delight. I saw. I was like, "Oh, well, isn't that interesting? You taking some delight in me running like a chicken with my head cut off because I can't get what it is I need. Now I gotta go somewhere else for it." She thought that was funny. She smiled. She smirked. But I peeped it in time. And I didn't know it was a thing. I found out later it was a thing. And I was like, "Oh, this is what I'm dealing with." Now this pops out to clarify this rat. Time to go out and have fun. She didn't know. She didn't know to warn me. She didn't know what was happening. I didn't find out till I went to the store. She just thought it was funny that it happened to me because she just given me my card back. She thought it was like, oh, you know what I mean? So none of us knew, but it was still that smirk. Um, Spirit saying this person who is working behind your back wants to steal your joy. And they're trying to say, well, not trying to say, Spirit saying you need to go out, you need to have more fun, like you need to do something for yourself, because this person is kind of sucking you dry. And fun don't mean dangerous or reckless, but fun means like go get some self-care, go out with friends, get away from this person, get away from that energy that would rather see you harm to you. Okay, somebody might be in hermit mode, staying home a lot, trying to avoid this person, and maybe, oh, okay, Spirit just said this person don't want to see you smile. Bottom of the deck, this person don't want to see you smile. Oops, sorrow over a loss, wreath. So you're gonna mourn this relationship. I feel like if you make the decision to break the generational curse, you will mourn. You may already be in mourning about the relationship because you know it's not right. It's over. In many ways, betrayal is a serious thing. This person clearly has betrayed you. But I think right now what Spirit is saying is like you cannot let this person completely undermine your joy. And maybe this person don't bring you joy, but there's others in the world that do. Or you need to be joy for yourself. But I feel like this is somebody who tucks away their happiness. They don't let that person see them smile because this person is always trying to extinguish their joy. Damn. Damn. This is crazy. You know, the good thing is the spiritual guidance that you have, and you have protection from harm. So somebody prayed for you. Somebody is praying for you, hoping for you, loving you, appreciating you, cheering for you. You know, somebody got your back. That's the challenge and the lesson. It said get back to basics, and somebody got your back. Okay, hey girl, I hear you. So, you know, you gotta just You cannot let this person steal your joy, because this, and then all this, at the same time, you have to mourn the loss. This is a relationship that is too toxic to remain. And it's just sad, y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't. I know we be looking for the yourself in other people. I know it, and that's what brings some of the biggest disappointment. To have somebody in your life that you would do anything for, but they won't do it for you. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot get any reciprocity in that energy. Or this person is always undermined. They even might even do stuff for you, and then turn around and when it really freaking matters, jerk you. Play with your emotions. When you really become vulnerable, and they trust me again. Now I'm about to attack again. You know what I'm saying? That that is one of the hardest things to deal with. Somebody that stab you in your back and tell you that they love you at the same time. And that's what this is giving. The thing is, on the plus side, there is people that do love you, that offer you spiritual guidance and protection from harm. It could be your ancestors offering this. Don't have to be a physical person, but there is some sort of protection here, which I'm glad to see. There is some sort of learning and or awakening happening right now. So that's a beautiful thing. Tell me more about this axe. Oh, yeah, I see you, Chrissy. I know what you mean. I already know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yo, today is the day, y'all. It's time to process these emotions. It's time to purge. This says great personal sorrow, and then sorrow over loss. This person has shown you who they are. Now it's completely up to you to believe you saw what you saw and you know what you know. Don't try to convince yourself something else. What? So, now I didn't know what the fuck that was just now. Sorry, y'all. Um, you have to mourn, got to purge this person out of your energy. Past energies telling me that y'all already cried about this. You've shed tears. This has been, I'm sorry, harmful to your emotional health. This person has backstabbed and backstabbed and backstabbed the same person you would have done anything for. They have tore you down in every way they could possibly do it, and it has caused you great sorrow. But Spirit said this is just an obstacle to overcome. You will be okay. Okay? You will be all right. It's just an obstacle to overcome. Sometimes we get caught up in this is gonna hurt, this is gonna hurt, this is gonna hurt, so I don't want to take the chance. This is gonna hurt, this is gonna hurt. I don't want to take the chance. And then sometimes you just gotta take the chance to do what you need to do to get over the hurt. It's like kind of taking that band-aid off. You know that band-aid gotta come off. You know it's gonna hurt if you rip it off, but you gotta do it. Just go ahead and rip off the band-aid so that it can heal. Because if you don't, it takes longer to heal, could get infected or could get nastier. Time to take that band-aid off. Let that air get on there and heal. For real, for real. Tell me more about Star and the elephant. This deck is talking today, boy. Alright, tell me more. Okay, now it's getting stubborn. Hold on. Give me a card, Spirit. Shrewdness. Okay. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Remember what I was saying? You cannot tell this person your goals, your next move. You can't say, I'm mad at you, I'm leaving. You can't indicate anything to this person because they will undermine everything you do. This person is looking for ways to stick it to you because of how miserable they are. This is not your fault, okay? If you feel like there's a person in your life doing this to you and somehow you deserve it, stop telling yourself that, because that's what they want you to believe. This person wants you to feel insecure and anxious around them. They want you to feel miserable and regretful like they do, right? This person has a lot, they carry a lot of shame, and they project that shame onto others. You have to be shrewd. You got to be sneaky like a fox. You got to be strategic. Um, when I was talking to a family member and I was telling her, I said, look, when you, because she plotted a move after she realized that she had enough. I said, don't even argue. Don't let on. Don't fuss no fights. Whatever you do, keep it to yourself. When she find out, because you got the moving truck, it's too late. She can't block you. And that is how it had to go down. And in hindsight, she told me, she said, you were right. Because after I pulled up the truck and she realized, oh, you leaving? It changed everything, because she got her freedom pass without having the arguments, the hard conversations, the disagreements, the fussing and the fighting. She didn't have to go through that because she strategically and shrewdly put it all together. Sometimes you got to pull away quietly in situations that will damage you or has damaged you so much. You got to make your move, right? You got to strike while the iron's hot, and you got to be real quiet and strategic. You can't always let the left hand know what the right hand is doing in situations like this, because they will still try to cause you harm. But emotionally, when you are mourning situations like that, you want to lash out, you want to argue, you want to prove your point. But let me tell you something, that point ain't going nowhere. Okay? You're going to have to accept it is what it is. That point ain't going nowhere. This person wants to see you upset. That feeds them. You arguing feeds that thing that they have that's insatiable. It makes them feel like, oh, yeah, I got to them now. They all in emotional over me. They over there crying. They over there upset. They fussing. They arguing. I got them now. Yeah. Tell me more, spirit. Says work, achievement, and success. The only way you collective, whoever's going through this, are going to come out of this is work, achievement, and success. So if you've been lazy, because it says allowing your life to ramble, and it says chain of event. If you've been allowing things to just go their way, the only way out is work. So you cannot be emotionally lazy. And let me explain to you what I mean. I know there's so many people, when you're in a situation like this, there's fight, flight, and there's fawn. And some people fawn, and they just, you know how a possum will pretend to be dead? Sometimes people pretend to be dead and in hopes that this moment will pass, right? That the person will be nice to you again, and y'all could get back to the good times. And if you keep allowing things like that to happen after the bad times, your life goes absolutely nowhere. Like you ain't getting nowhere with that. And expecting someone to change who has never shown you change is basically allowing your life to go down the pits of hell. Honestly. Because this person is trying to take you out one event at a time. And you cannot be in denial about that, when every time there's another situation, it's another emotional blow. They're literally trying to break you down. And they will spend a lifetime doing it. They're not going, you cannot lay low and just stick it out and think it's going to change. It ain't going to change. These people are not wired like that. If they've been undermining you and sabotaging you, and you know what I'm saying, betraying you, they not. This is how they are. And the more you accept that this is how they are, but you are different, this is the only way you're going to see your way out. And you're going to have to work for that. That means you got to take some efforts that you may not want to take. That means you might have to save some money. That might mean you need a network of people to support you on your exit, right? You might need just find a new place to stay. You might need to change bank accounts and have everything electronic so they don't know you got a stash of money. Like there's work involved. You might need to repair relationships, because a lot of times situations like this will have you isolate yourself because you know your stuff is so bad you don't want to project it to nobody else, right? Um, they're happy to see you isolated because that means they got you more vulnerable the way they want you. But when you do that, you kind of lose your lifelines, right? Some people will help you till they just can't no more, and they can't stick around and watch it because it's too painful, right? Tell me more, spirit. Ooh, new job, new career. Get back to basic. Oh, listen, somebody in here, your blessings are on the other side of this drama. If you make a different choice from it, your blessings are on the other side of this drama. But it's going to take action on your part, work, achievement equals success, and then you get the new job or career. But that's waiting. Like, that's like, they say this says pin. You put a pin in it. Spirit is like, all right, we're going to put a pin in your blessings right now, because until you deal with this, until you make up your mind to end these generational curses, that other stuff you can't have until you do. Until you deal with your karma, until you deal with the decisions you make, until you work on yourself and you become less lazy and allowing your life to ramble aimlessly, until you work on those things, that other stuff that you want, them blessings, the success, the attention, the support, the love, whatever it is that you working on, you ain't gonna get it. It don't come like that. It don't come if you sitting in mess, right? You not clean if you in the pig pen. You can't be. You can't be clean in the pig pen. You gonna step in something. You might fall in something. You gonna be dirty in the pig pen. You gotta get out the pig pen. Tell me more, spirit. It says a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So when you go out, maybe to have some fun, right? You start to make new connections that will last a lifetime. But this person is still gonna be working behind your back, right? The only thing that can stop them is distance, separation, no contact. Not low contact, no contact. Because if this person is in your ear, in your psyche in any way, they will help yourself derail whatever you got going on. So the likely outcome is for you to find the connections that you need, right? Um, whether it's romantic, business, or even friendship, I would say, that will give you pleasure. This person will try to undermine it as long as you let them in your energy. As long as you're telling them what you're doing. As long as they're aware that you have a blessing, this person is going to do everything they can to sabotage you, and or to get you to sabotage yourself so you can stay codependent on them. So you can stay vulnerable and keep playing their game. And the problem with people like this that create that kind of insecurity, it creates a person who does not know who to trust, because they don't want to get hurt again, because they experience so much sorrow and pain. You got to learn some lessons from that and realize that everybody is not like that. And that you can be guarded to a degree, but you all have to put that work in on your emotions so you can learn to trust yourself, because these people will delude you into not trusting yourself. Therefore you can't trust others, therefore you become isolated, and then you can't have what it is that you want. Bottom of the deck, let me see. Damn, mice again. Discord amongst family and friends. Like I was saying, this is family. I've been seeing this the whole time. This is family. This is blood too. And it could be friends too. You know what I mean? Like, could be friends that you grown up with. You could have attracted the same kind of people that is just like your blood relative. We could find people like this anywhere, to be honest with you. The woman I mentioned that had the smirk on her face, she ain't no blood relative of mine. She ain't no blood of mine. I thought she was a friend till I found out, oh nah, she not. She ain't no friend to me. Ain't no friend of me would play with me like that. She did other things, y'all, but that right there was like, I know I saw that smirk on her face. And you know, it was one of those things that people would try to deny. It was so quick, but I peeped it. And then some other things that followed, in hindsight, don't surprise me based on what I was starting to discover about her, right? And if I had put myself in a vulnerable position with her, she would just have been happy to allow me to do that, only for her to pull the rug up under me at a later date. And I was like, the devil is a lie. And I cut her off. I had to cut her off. Like, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. I cut her off. We're not doing that. Absolutely not. 0% chance. I'm going to let you play in my energy. And I peeped how you living. Because you ain't living right and you moving funny, we done. And you know, I tell you all the time, I'm a woman of a certain age. So I am less scared to lose people that play in my face. Like, I know now what righteous anger is. I used to didn't know that. I used to think, you know, sometimes people say, oh, you doing too much, right? Because you angry and you have something to say. But righteous anger is that anger that informs you how somebody may have crossed a boundary or somebody did you wrong intentionally, and that no matter how much they try to explain it, it ain't nothing else but what the fuck it is. You get what I'm saying? And when I get righteous anger, when I can reflect and I realize, nope, I still didn't do nothing to this person, and everything that they said is wrong. And no matter how many times they say, but in the past I didn't do that, in the past, in the past, in the past, fuck the past. Right now, you playing with me right now. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? So when I see like people like to play them games and I get righteous anger, I don't get mad at myself no more. I don't feel like I'm too much. No, fuck that. If I gotta feel that about you and you are disturbing my peace, it is F you and everything you stand for and stand on. If you wanna whatever, it's whatever. Okay? It is whatever. So I'm saying, like, and then we may not ever come back after righteous anger because I'm not gonna forget that you pissed me off. I'm not gonna forget that you betrayed me. I'm not gonna forget it. So good luck with that. But you know, I mean, righteous anger is a very informative thing about your self-worth. You realize when somebody's trying to play in your head and your energy. You know what I'm saying? You realize that, oh, okay, this is ugly. Now, you do have to separate your emotions to a degree from that righteous anger because you don't want to move according to emotions and just sabotage a lot of other things. You got to get that clarity. You got to get that clarity in how you view. So give yourself time. Pause for a minute. Like, okay, I'm pissed. Why am I pissed? Because they did this or they said this, and this is not gonna work for me. The math ain't mathing. I feel like this person is playing my face. Stand on that 10 toes. People will try to gaslight the fuck out of you and tell you, oh well, you know, if you had only did this and you had only did that, all of a sudden they helpless. All of a sudden they needed you to do all the things they could have done. Mm-hmm. I told somebody recently, I was like, you know what? I'm laughing now, but I had righteous anger. I was like, you know what? I said, it don't really matter to me no more. I'm going to be the villain in your story anyway. And they were like, well, don't make me the villain. I said, yeah, but you the problem right now. This is why I'm pissed. You are the problem. Therefore, you are the villain. But I know you like to play victim. So you're going to make me the villain in your story. And I need you to know right now, I don't give a fuck because of what you're doing. Okay? And they was like, but, ain't no fucking buts. Ain't no excuses. Ain't no reasons that you got for me that's going to change my mind. So, fuck it. You on that? I'm on it too. Fuck it. Now, this person didn't want me to be mad. They were trying to bullshit me and give me some excuse. And I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm pissed. Yup. And I don't like what you did. Don't even worry about it. Now I'm not even mad. Now I do not care. Now I do not even care. Yeah, save it for somebody else. Because you not fooling nothing over here. Nope. You're not playing me in no kind of way that would make me feel any kind of way. Like, do you, boo? I do not give any fucks. And then what ended up happening, though, this person may not be aware of it right now, and I do not care. They will become aware if they're not sure. There wouldn't be no future Jedi mind tricks, right? There will be no, oh, I'm going to let some time go by and I'm going to come back and act like nothing happened or go back to the way. No, there are consequences now, right? Because the straw just broke the camel's back for me. And now I have to recognize my boundaries. And I allowed this person to cross my boundaries one too many times because I had a soft spot. And I ain't got the soft spot no more. It's gone. 0%. Yeah, no apologies required. Thank you. Exactly. Thank you for showing me who the fuck you are. And this season right now is the only season that matter. Anything in the past is the past. We not working. You know, you can't. Well, I was good back then. I don't give a fuck what you was doing back then. You doing some bullshit right now. And thank you. And thank you. Okay? May the church say amen. Thank you. Because what you're not going to do is after this get the opportunity to play in my energy ever fucking again. Okay? Y'all. People will do it. And you know what happened, y'all? Oh my God, this is a testimony. When I released them and said, okay, I no longer need them. There's nothing I need from them. I will get everything I need to do what I needed to do, right? All of a sudden, help that I didn't think I was going to get showed up. Things I thought I had to do it my way, or by myself type shit, started to change. People started to feel like, what can I do? And I'm like, you know what? Thank you. You could do this. Can you do this too? Then I wasn't afraid to ask for help either. And all of a sudden, help is starting to show up. You know what I'm saying? And now, a spirit said, if you let go, I can give you the blessing you need. Don't even worry about it no more. And I was like, oh, you do show me that every time. When I release the control or when I release situations or people that I feel codependent in some way. Maybe we partnered. You know, maybe I needed the support or something like that. I release them. Spirit bring me somebody better. I remember years ago, I had a cousin working for me one summer. And then the next summer, I asked her for 30 more minutes, 15 to 30 more minutes, either at the beginning or the end, just so we could debrief and clean up or set up, right? Just, that's it. She told me no. And I was paying her good money, cash. She told me no. And I was like, but why? And she made up some bullshit, told her mother turned against me. They act like I was firing her. I had no intentions of firing her. I was just like, listen, I need this, or I don't know how this is going to work, because it all can't be on me, and I need to debrief with you, or I need to set up. So either way, I need that few more minutes time, not just the time when the kids are there. I couldn't do it. And I had an intern from a local university, and he was like, I hear you having a challenge. Do you need a program such and such? I was like, yeah. He said, I could do it. Done. Released. I released. We not fighting no more. We not arguing no more. Ain't nothing else to say. You go do you, boo, because I'm good. I'm good. Just like that, I released it. Spirit bless me. And I keep telling people a lot of times, I share those things because when we learn to release things, beautiful things can happen. We don't always, I know I'm one of them, we don't always remember in the moment, because that righteous anger can also take a grip on you. You're going to have to kind of transmute that energy so that you can get it out, and then, you know what I'm saying, decompress so you can see it differently, right? So you can get that clarity on that situation. But I'm telling you, I had many instances in my life, once I let the anger go, the clarity showed up. And it's like, oh, so I can get such and such done. Or I can't, or it is another way. Like I had to be flexible. I can't, there's another way to do it. I don't need that person that bad. Child. Whew. So somebody here is gonna have some problems and sorrow over a loss, and especially when it comes to family. Somebody's family here is toxic as fuck. They're meddlesome, they drama filled, they're argumentative, they're sneaky, cunning, disrespectful, and most of all, they are backstabbers. Okay, because with the axe here, these are backstabbing people that they came to kill and destroy. This is not somebody that you grew up with that is looking out for you. I don't care what they say. Oh, ain't nobody gonna love you like I love you. Oh, you hope nobody don't love you like this. Okay? You hope and pray you don't have this kind of love the rest of your life. Because this ain't love. This has never been and never will be the type of love anybody should generally want. Look, I was shuffling and this turned out this is a family issue. But this is only an obstacle to overcome. And a lot of people, I will say this though, a lot of people, once they start overcoming them generational curses, their life change, right? All the success and the happiness and the peace they were searching for within that family structure comes to them the moment they release that bullshit. The moment they say, you know what, the devil is a lie, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this no more. I don't have to do this no more. They can become successful when they take control. Now, some people, I will say this, some people still become successful. And they can feel some obligation, but once they become successful, then they can give back to that family if they choose to without it harming them, right? And what I mean is, like, if you come out of this situation, right, all of a sudden your money and abundance starts to flow. You make up your mind. You're good. You could turn into a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, right? And then you have the wisdom to say, okay, I can set these people up. I can help them to a degree, and then I will fulfill whatever it is I felt I'm obligated to without hurting myself. Meaning they don't need to be in your house. Okay, you don't have to house them, but you can support them from a distance if you choose to, in the way you choose to, that doesn't bring you lack. They can be ungrateful, right? But that doesn't mean you have to invite them into your inner world or your life. They can refuse to give, whatever. You can choose to do it in a way that means a safe boundary for you. Okay? And I'll give you an example who does this or has tried to, and I don't know if she still does. But Black China. So Angela White, who is all otherwise known as Black China, I remember when she was on Zeus with her mother, Tokyo Tony. Tokyo Tony is the most disrespectful, ungrateful, narcissistic TV mom besides Blueface mother. These are some ugly spirited women, okay? That exudes on the outside if you really look at them behind the mask. And Tokyo, like Black China, why you busting through stuff? I'm all live. You alright? You wait till now. You gotta wait. Okay. So let her downstairs. So Black China bought her mom a car. Now I don't know what kind of car it was, but I know that it was brand new. And because Black China might have had a Bentley at that time, her mom felt like she was so ungrateful she wouldn't even drive the car. And it's like, that girl kept trying and trying with her mother and trying. And this woman would just argue and fuss and try to justify. And none of the shit she was saying made any sense. Like, from us as the audience watching from the outside, we could clearly see that she was emotionally manipulating the hell out of her daughter, blaming her for this, blaming her for that, taking advantage of her, putting her down. But she was clearly jealous of her. Clearly jealous of her. And then she would soften up. I just want to be with my grandbabies and I just want this. Okay, I'll go to therapy. But then still took shots at this girl every chance she got. It's one of the most toxic shows I ever seen in somebody's parent. But these parents exist. Blueface Mama on a whole different level with that shit too. But I wanted Angela White just to get the hell away from that woman so she could find some sort of peace of mind. I know she wanted to take care of her mama with her fame and whatever she got out of that. But sometimes it ain't even worth it, y'all. It's not. It's not. I mean, you could do what you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, take it how it resonate. 9 out of 10, I don't recommend. Or shit, I should say 10 out of 10, I don't recommend. Because these people will never be grateful for whatever you do for them if it's not your entire life they can suck out. So, cutoffs have to be cut the fuck off. Like, y'all, it's hard. Like I said, you can go back to it if you want to, but you taking a real, like, chance going back to that. Remember I was telling y'all I was rewatching True Blood. Well, there's a part in True Blood where this one guy is a shapeshifter and he finds his biological parents. He was raised by adoptive parents, but he finds his biological parents and he has a little brother. And he finds out that they are extremely toxic, that they are using the little brother to whatever. Like he will shapeshift and steal for them. They abused him mentally, so he also felt obligated to him. And then he tried to take the brother on, and the brother just kept doing stuff, kept doing it. And it was love there, but it was a love misery, I can't, how can I explain it? It was just bad. Like he was trying to love his brother, he was trying to keep him in, then he had to shut him out. Then he went back for him, and then he shut him out. It was tumultuous until the young brother, something happened to him, right? Something happened to the parent. It was a lot. And a lot of that show, there was these dynamics in the relationships of healthy and unhealthy people, or people who wanted to heal but couldn't heal, people that did heal. It was a lot. I was like, wow. I was so glad to rewatch it because I could now see it at a different perspective. We see these things all the time when we observe other people, and sometimes though we don't reflect enough on ourselves and what we're experiencing. If you need to, you seen that? Which one you saw? The True Blood or Black China? Tell me which one you saw, Lati. But we also, like, when we go through these things, we have to mourn the loss. Like, we need to grieve it so that we purge the feelings enough so that we don't keep crying about it. Or if we could tell our story, we tell our story without all the vitriol and the anger behind it. We're not as affected by it anymore. This is what happened to me. And simply that. Oh, your girl. True Blood was the shit, right? So, it really, it's deep. I tell y'all about my dad all the time. To me, he don't hurt like that no more. He is the example for me. He is the example. I'm able to, I guess, process my emotions differently. I'm also able to release people finally at different times or different situations because I was able to release him. Yo, Tara's mom. Oh my God. And then look how she ended. Oh my God. Look how it ended. And then she had to lead her back to herself and let her know she forgave her. That shit was, ooh. Mm, 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 mm. That was deep. Tara's mom, I wanted to strike her a few times. I wanted to strike her. I did. I ain't gonna lie. I really wanted to strike her. Tara tried though. Tara loved her mom. She tried. She tried. She tried. She was on alcohol. Then she got addicted to True Blood. And it was just like, what the fuck? She had a very addictive personality, but she also had gone through a lot of abuse and tried to protect her daughter. And her daughter tried to protect her until she could no more. And it took one of them out. You know what I'm saying? It took one of them out. Tell me more about this axe and this great personal sorrow spirit. Yep. Somebody recently had a tower fall on them with this person. And this sorrow came out of, it didn't come out of nowhere, but it's like a unrepairable break in that connection. So if this is your parent, I'm sorry for you, because this is something that, this is a betrayal. I don't think you could live with, in that you could look at them the same way, if that makes sense. It's kind of like like they did the most that you would never imagine. Like they whatever they did was way further than what they've been doing, if that makes sense. Right? This is giving somebody like, I don't even want to know. All I know is this person betrayed you bad, and you had to release them, whoever they are. You have no choice but to release them. To be honest, it might be the foundation broke and there is nothing but a release, right? The tower, when the tower fall, everybody falling out. All the lies, all the truth, everything comes out. Everything, all the betrayal. You find out, oh, they was undermining me the whole entire time. Yes, that's what happened. And these cards are resonating. So I'm sorry for whoever this is. Tell me about this guaranteed success with, what is that? Damn. Okay, well, 3 cards came out. I'm going to take them. You had the Queen of Swords, this person, which means you had to contemplate your move. You had to think judiciously. How do I handle this? Meaning you had to balance the scales with this person. You had to think, what is fair? Head over heart. This feels unfair to you with the Wheel of Fortune. These are cycles and trauma that you experience with this person. But what goes up comes down. What goes down comes up, right? Up as above, so below. This is destiny. Like, life is supposed to go this way. Why? Because you're supposed to see what you're supposed to understand so that you can heal. Because 5 of Cups in reverse is that healing energy. And the only way you can start to heal is become aware how unfair this is. This is to give you that righteous anger so that you can start to heal it. That is part of your success. How you heal. Tell me more about this wheel of and work of achievement, and what else? Chain of events. Tell me more about that, spirit. One at a time. I couldn't help but the other one's flipping. Oh yeah. If you don't be strategic, if you don't get to work and start planning and plotting your escape, if you don't put the effort in, I'm just saying, because this is what Spirit is saying. Work achievement requires that equals success. So you gonna have to possibly even be dishonest with this person who is dishonest with you. Like, you really can't play. You cannot show your hand with whoever this is, and they have been lying to you, right? You know, one thing a liar gonna do is keep lying. They ain't gonna stop lying because they gotta cover up the lies. Everything is a cover up. Everything is you know, let me hide this and let me hide that. And Spirit is telling you, you're going to have to hide your true feelings from this person so that you can plot your escape. Tell me more, Spirit. Cheely, weely wees. I didn't expect to go this long, but here we are. Here we are. Okay. So there we go. I don't know who this is in your life. You know who this is. You know who they are. This earth angel, this spiritual guidance, this protection from harm. This is the challenge and the lesson. This person has the new career, the new job. They have support. They have the ideas. They may be the resource. You know what I'm saying? This could be your social worker or whatever. But whoever this is, this the challenge and the lesson is to get to this person or get to this feminine energy. I don't know who it is for you. Take it how it resonates. But there's somebody that inspires you, that offers spiritual guidance and protection from harm, and knows how to help you get a career, like a coach or something like that. I just had a session with my women's group, and there was a life coach there, and she gave us a session. And oh my God, it was so affirming. Like, oh, I had to give her a hug today, and I don't like hugging a lot of people, but I was like, girl, thank you. She affirms so much for me. Oh my gosh. All right, tell me more about this. Somebody working against you. Time to go out, and a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. It's a likely outcome. Mm. Working on yourself. Working on yourself brings that glow, brings the support. Working on yourself means you going out, you asking questions. You're saying, I need help. And you're getting the support you need. That's part of working on yourself. Working on yourself is looking for solutions. Working on yourself is protecting your peace and your boundaries. Working on yourself, it could involve therapy, group work, coaching, like I just mentioned, life coaching. Working on yourself is to protect you first and foremost, and not just only. Bottom of the deck, and this person don't want you to work for yourself, okay? This person does not want you to work on yourself. We got the Queen of Cups. So once you get out your feelings and you get your head over heart, you'll be more centered. The obstacles you overcome will help you balance out your intuition, balance out your emotions. There may be a feminine energy that you need emotional support from, or guidance and the energy protection, or something like that. I see we need that anyway. That's in a challenge and lesson. But um, a word to the wise: if you are coming out of a hurtful situation, do not become like the person that hurt you. Do not become a succubus. Do not ignore your healing journey. Take it seriously. Take it seriously. Find the support. Call your insurance carrier. Get you in the right spaces. If you are addicted to drugs or you have an addiction, find you an addiction counselor. If you need therapy, or you probably need a combined addiction counselor and therapy, do it. Go for it. Don't sit in this energy and think that, if I just let everything go and, everything will fix itself. That's not how things work. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. I forgot to be saying that. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified whenever I come on. Don't sit there and let life happen to you. It's time to work on yourself. That's the only means to success, is working on yourself. Don't be emotionally lazy with people. Don't be avoidant with people. That's what all those counselors I'm mentioning will help you with. Because you will lose, a lot. And you will learn a lot too through the consequences of losing relationships. Because being mentally checked out from after being vulnerable to somebody for so long, and you like pull yourself in, because those avoidant people are definitely built on neglect and profound hurt in their life. And people think, I'm gonna cope with it by I'm gonna just go in a hermit mode and I'll figure it out. Nah, it don't work like that. It really don't. You go in a hermit mode, and the world will pass you by, and people will honestly start to forget about you. And you pop out and they be like, oh, that person. You know what I mean? People will just leave you high and dry. Why? Because they can't hold on to you. because you ain't holding on to nobody. You're not, you know, reveling in your soul tribe. You doing too much. You doing other shit. Whew. So, just surmise. You know, this is a dose of reality. I'm sorry for whoever's going through this. You cannot project you onto somebody else, but you can definitely require that reciprocity. And if there are people in your life that are backstabbing you and treating you bad, boy, you better, girl, I don't mean to say boy like in a boy, but you better learn your lesson. Because there's some betrayal here. There's no going back to that. There's no, you ain't gonna, no. No, you're not going to make it back from that. It is just the way life is set up right now, the veil being gone. There's some things you can't unsee ever again. Ever, ever, ever again. It will be etched in your soul. It's kind of like the trauma, worse than the trauma. It was worse than the trauma of seeing your parents, you know, canoodling and you never wanted to see that in your life. This is worse than that. Because that's just like, oh, my parents. You know, if it's your parents, right? Oh, I couldn't believe I saw that. That's hard. That's hard to deal with. It's a memory you can't erase. But this is worse because this is somebody that just, oh, they took you through it, took you through it. And it was intentional to hurt you. And the acceptance of that is not easy, but it's a loss nonetheless. Spirit said you're going to have to purge it. It's sorrow. That emotion, you're going to have to go through it in order to heal. You're going to have to work on yourself so you don't become like the people that hurt you. You're going to have to stop expecting them to be different. They aren't. And you may not like the process because it's raw and it's painful, but it's a must-have to gain the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding you need to in order to grow in your life. I don't care what age you are. You can be in your 50s, 60s, and 70s. There's something to glean from your experience once you pull your energy back and you put your boundaries up so that you can grow. One of the ladies today said she put a boundary on her 83-year-old mother, and she never felt better for it because she had to put a boundary up. She said she came from the South where, you know, in the United States, you know, Southern parents were, their law was the law. They right no matter what, she said, even when they're wrong. And as adults, we have to learn to pull our energy back and see things as they are and not how somebody wants to project them to be so that we can make good decisions. No more allowing gaslighting to happen. Stand in your truth, stand in your power, 10 toes down, respectfully. And that righteous anger, it does serve you. It will serve you with clarity. It will serve you with understanding. It will. Don't let nobody else tell you that, you know, you too much for being angry for what they did. But also work on being in situations that constantly anger you. All right? All right, so we're going to do Akashic Records and I'm done. Thank you for coming, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Give me 2 cards, one at a time, please, Spirit. Oop. Nope, that's not one at a time. It was dropped part of the deck. Open up. It says you're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. I did mention that, right? You can't let this person who took your trust and vulnerability slash your heart to the point where you can't open up to the right people. You're going to have to learn how to trust yourself. Tell me what, Spirit. And then we got have faith. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet still, you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. But you better have faith. Bottom of the deck. Uh-oh. Release. And that's what this is all about. You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. This is the I couldn't sum this up better. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving that. Let them motherfuckers go. I don't care who they are in your life. You better have some faith. You need to open up to the right people, places, and spaces. And you going to have to release this toxicity from your life, because the more you hold on to it, the further you go down. So, thank y'all all for coming. Appreciate y'all for being here. And I hope this message was helpful. I hope you take some steps in your journey to release this toxic nonsense so that you can heal and your future generations can heal, your children and their children can come up in a more healed space and environment. Okay? I love all you guys and girls. Appreciate y'all. No problem, bite. That's what's up, Chrissy. And that's what's up, Lati. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all have a good night and peace.